Assalamu alaikum students. My name is Asif and I am back with the lecture number 7. Today we have topic music when soft voices die. A poem by Shelley. Let's begin with the introduction to the poet and then we will go to study about the basic points of the poem and then finally we will have text of the poem. So he was born in 1792 in England. It was the era when the people were following the new type of literature consisting of the themes of nature, romance, emotions, feelings and sensations. So the writers used those types of themes on their writings and skipped neoclassical literature. He is also called the epic poet of 19th century, epic poet and dramatist. What is the meaning of epic? Epic means the great, famous and popular. So he was the epic poet of 19th century. Belongs to romantic age as I told you earlier, and the next point is major work. If we talk about Shelley, what was the work that provided him popularity? That was the major work Ozymandias. Ozymandias is a great poem in which he talks about a king, a statue of a king which was laid on the ground that was broken harshly, and by the scripture of the king he used to describe that how the real power is. The real power is only of God. No king have the same power and no king have the real power. No one has immoral power. So everyone has to die one day. So it was composed with a great message. So that was Ozymandias. Next, on to the West Wind. It is another popular poem done by Shelley, and also music when soft voices die that we are having today. Next, he died in 1822 in Italy. He moved to Italy. So this is the reason he was born in England but he moved to Italy. The reason is that he had to travel because he lost someone, and in order to change his mentality he shifted from England to Italy. So let's begin the basic points of the poem. The poem was written by 1821 and was published in 1824. Basically he wrote poem in 1821 but he skipped 2 years and then he allowed to publish this poem, and it's a lyric poem. What is a lyric poem? Let me tell you, lyric poem is considered to be a short poem in which the melody is at full swings. You can say that a lyric poem is a melodious poem full of music and contains imaginations. Means whenever writer wants to compose imaginations and to create multiple images in the poem, he uses the technique of lyric poem. Remember, lyric poem is a short poem. Next point is contains 2 stanzas, each with 4 lines. The poem has 2 stanzas, each stanza has 4 lines. What about themes? Obviously I have told you many times that when the writer writes, first he thinks about the theme. What is the theme or purpose of the writings? You can find throughout the poem 2 basic themes. Endurance. Endurance means bearing something or keeping something in the mind. Of memory. Endurance of memory means to hold the memory in your brain for a long time. And the next theme is imagination. Means imagining someone, imagining the past events or imagining about someone that you cannot have generally or easily. That is called imagination. Imagine means you imagine those things that you cannot have or experience easily in your general life. So now we are going towards the text of the poem. I will be back with the text with you inshallah within a few seconds. So let's have a short break and I am going to write at the board the short text of the poem. So Welcome back, students. I'm back with the text. Now I'm going to tell you about the difficult meanings of the words, and then in the second step I will analyze it to you. But before starting, I want to say something before the text. Remember the fact that the poet of this poem described in this poem about his own experience. He has described that he has lost his beloved. He loved someone and he has lost that person in the memory and in the dedications of his beloved. He has written this poem. So, keeping this fact in your mind will help you to understand all the basic things of the poem, because this is the basic fact of the poem. So let's begin from the first stanza and then we will move towards the second stanza. First stanza. Music, when soft voices die, vibrates. Vibrates mean revolves, something that comes in your mind. In the memory in your brain. Odors, to smell something. When sweet violets are flowers, sicken mean become dry. When the flowers become dry or withers, the poet is calling sicken, means drying. Live within the sense they quicken. Let me tell you what the poet is saying in the first stanza. The first two lines are the important lines. He is telling you that what is more sharpened thing than music or words. Suppose I want to explain it to you very easily. Suppose once you have listened to a song and long after, even you might have forgotten the words, but if you are passing by from somewhere where the song is being played, and once again when you listen to that song, you might recognize that song not by words, because you have forgotten the words, but by music. You can judge or identify that song, recognize that song, that this is that song that you heard a long time ago. So this is poet want to say that words are powerful, but your tone, accent is more powerful than words. Words are powerful, but music is more powerful than words. It is remembered for a long time than words. Your tone, accent, behavior is remembered long after than your words, whatever you said. But the tone, accent, music is more powerful than your the words or selected words that you spoke to someone once. So this is what poet is saying, that words are powerful, but your feelings, emotions, your tone, accent, behavior, music is more powerful than your words. When you spoke to someone long after you met that person, after looking at that person, you can suddenly recognize that person, that he used to speak like gently, harshly, cruelly, or whatever, because you might have not forgotten, you might have not remembered the exact words he used to say before, but you can recall the tone or accent or behavior of that person, that he used to talk in that behavior. So this is poet is telling you in this poem. So remember, in your memory, music, tone, accent, behavior goes along, but words stays for a little time. In the second two lines, poet is saying odors, when sweet violets sicken, live within the sense they quicken. Poet is saying to explain the above lines. Further, he is giving you another example. He is giving the example of flowers. He says, when the flowers are withered away, withered means become dry, or when the flowers are plucked, the life of the flowers come to an end. Suppose when you pluck the flower, its life comes to an end, and it's dead now. The flowers are dead now, but after the death, flowers are more valuable than before, because there are some flowers when you pluck them from the plant, they start giving you a beautiful or a peaceful or a charming, attractive fragrance, scent, because the flowers have different features than other things. They are living things according to science. When you pluck the flower, it comes to an end, but it starts giving you the powerful scent of fragrance. Most of the flowers have the same features. So poet is saying that the flowers are when the flowers are living things, they are not so valuable. When the flowers are dead, they are more valuable, because after their the ending life, they start a new life. They give you the beautiful fragrance, they give you the scent, they give you they are most valuable than before. So in the same manner, he has told you in the above lines that music go long. Same in this manner, some things when they have gone, they are not in your life, they are more valuable than before. So this is the poet what he wants to say, that music, words have been forgotten by you, but the music has been kept by you. Flowers have been dead now, but smell is still alive. So he is trying to convey you that when someone is away from your life, he is more valuable than before, when he used to talk to you, when he used to spend life with you. So this is the first stanza. Further he explains and puts light further into the second stanza. He says, roses' leaves, when the rose is dead, are heat for the beloved's bed. Suppose you might have seen many times red roses. Red roses are considered to be beautiful and fragrant, and they are used mostly in different occasions like ceremonies, marriages, funerals, and so on. So the flowers, when you pluck the red roses, they are dead, but actually the fragrance starts when they are plucked and withered away. When they dry, they are still valuable. They are valuable, they are usable. Poet is saying that when the flowers are dead, they are still usable. We use them for decoration, we use them for different ceremonies, parties. And he is giving the example of beloved's bed. Means you can decorate whatever you want to use, whatever you want to decorate, but the thing is that flower is dead, but still you can use it, but still it has more value than before when it was alive. When it is dead, it is more valuable than before. This is again poet giving you example that when the things are away, they are more valuable. The last two lines are concluding lines. What he is saying, he is directly indicating his beloved, whom he used to love. He is indicating none but his lover. He is saying, and so thy thoughts, thy is an old word, and a new word for thy is your. And so your thoughts, poet is saying, and so thy thoughts, when thou art gone, means you have gone. Love itself shall slumber on. Slumber means sleep. And thou art, thou means you, subjective form of you, thou, and art is an old word, you have, and gone, third form, present perfect. What poet is saying? Poet says, whom I used to love is no more with me. She is away, but she has left. But what about in the eyes of people? People assume that I am alone, I have no more my beloved, but reality is opposite to it. Reality is, when she left me, she is more valuable to me. Her memories are more powerful than before. Distance intensifies love. Distance increases love. Distance brings closer someone to you. So he's saying distance is very powerful. Distance is a thing that brings things closer to you. So he's saying, if my beloved has left, but her memories are still in my brain, and I will start loving her, and I will love her until I die, and I will sleep, always sleep with the memories of my beloved, and they are more dear to me. I am glad, poet says, I am glad that still I have powerful feelings. She is more dear to me when she was before than she was before. She is more lovable to me than before, because she has left. Now I have more respect for her. So this is the concept of the poet, what he wants to say. The poet believes that when your closer and dearest are away, they are more valuable. So before they leave you, keep respecting them. I hope you have understood this lecture very well and carefully and coherently. So remember this poem. I am going to tell you the key question of this poem that comes again and again, that has been coming again and again for the last 20 years. So the question is, only one question comes. The question is, what is the central idea of the poem Music When Soft Voices Die? What is the central idea of the poem Music When Soft Voices Die, according to Karachi board? So I am signing off, and it's time to say goodbye. I am glad to have again once more lecture with you. I hope you must be enjoying the lectures. Take care. I will be back with next lecture. Till then, goodbye. Allah Hafiz.